Hi guys! Today's video is about my favorite books, specifically from the past few months, so not like all-time favorites, but some that I'm recently reading that I really like. I'm going to be introducing you to 3 books, so this video is not going to be like incredibly long, and I'll try to keep my review pretty short. First up is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This book is going to become a movie. It's directed by Steven Spielberg, so it should be pretty good. The book is kind of a dystopian book. It's about a future where virtual reality is kind of taking over the world. And then there's this Easter egg hunt where online players in this virtual reality have to go on a hunt to find this egg that the creator of the world has hidden in the world. There's a lot of 80s references in it, like so many that I've had to start researching stuff that they're mentioning just because I don't know it. But it's very good. This is available on Book Depository for £6.30 I think, and it's €8. And Book Depository is free shipping, so you don't have to kind of worry about that. That's where I got my copy from. Next up is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This is a book that I've been looking at a lot. Every time we went to Waterstones or W.H. Smith, I would always look at this and be like, should I buy it? Should I buy it? But it was too expensive for me to warrant kind of spending money on it because I wasn't sure what it was going to be like. But then I found it for £2 at a thrift shop in Stockbridge, and I was really happy, so I bought it. I read it in like 3 days, I think. It's one of those books that really pulls you in. The tagline is, "You can't blend in when you're born to stand out," which I think it pretty much suits the book. It's about this boy, this 10-year-old boy named August, and he was born with multiple kind of facial deformations, so it's about his life and him going into school for the first time and kind of a lot about his internal world. And it also shows like not just August's perspective, but the perspectives of some of the kids that he's at school with. So it's really interesting, and it kind of takes away a lot of your preconceived notions about stuff like this. So I would definitely recommend it to everyone. It did almost make me cry at one point. So if you're also into like touching books, then go for it. Third, I have a classic. It is Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. Now this is mainly known as a musical, but it was first a book and then a musical. It's by Gregory Maguire, and I found it at a thrift shop for £1. And the funny thing is, after I bought it, I realized that it had tickets to the musical inside it. Obviously they're used tickets, they're from like 2008 I think. It's making me want to go see the musical because I've wanted to see the musical for a long time now, but I don't really have the money to like go down to London and see it. So I figured that I would read it first, and that would give me motivation to save money to go see it. It's really interesting, and you don't really have to know much about the Wizard of Oz or the Land of Oz in general. You can just kind of pick it up and delve into it. It's really, really good. Like, I couldn't put it down for a long time. Last but not least, I have a comic book. It's called The Wicked and the Divine, and it's written by Kieran Gillen, and the art is by Jimmy McKelvey, who is my absolute favorite comic book artist of all time. His style is kind of semi-realistic, so it's not as detailed as the stuff in old comic books, but it's not like super modern and kind of sleek. I'll put up some pictures so you can see what the art style looks like. The tagline goes, "Every 90 years, 12 gods return as young people. They are loved, they are hated. In 2 years, they're all dead. It's happening now, it's happening again." So it's 12 gods that keep reincarnating. There's stuff from Egyptian mythology, Greek mythology, then there's stuff from like Western religions. It's really interesting, and I definitely give it a read. It's not based on DC or Marvel, so if you're scared to dip your feet in those ponds because there's so much stuff to get through, definitely I would suggest you read this. This is published by Image Comics, so it's just kind of an independent project, and it's very easy to get into because you don't kind of have to know any of the past lore at all. This wasn't super expensive. It was £13 at Forbidden Planet, and this contains 5 issues in it. So I would say it's worth your money if you're at all interested into getting into comic books that aren't kind of Marvel or DC. That's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching if you watched this far. If you have any questions about any of the stuff I recommended, please do comment and ask me. I'll be happy to answer you, and I'll see you next week. Bye! I'm gonna have to turn the thing. I can't do this blind.